You know, if y'all don't recognize this woman in this image right here, her name is Nadya Suleman. And she goes by, well, no, she doesn't go by, but the media dubbed her Octomom, which I think is pretty insulting. You know, they don't call her by name, they just say Octomom. Well, remember when people kept saying how she's gonna, make ends meet with all her children, and they asked her if she gonna do porn. She said no. Well, guess what? The bills are piled up. She's doing porn. And as you can see from the website down there in the right hand corner, it's Wicked. Wicked is known for doing B-list celebrities or A-list celebrities and making them stars or whatever, or their porn's infamous. Now, let me say this before I even get into this. This is not something I want to watch. And just, I don't see her being attractive. And this is a train wreck. And I know some people don't feel sorry for her because they say she knew. But the doctor that ultimately did what he did with the fetal fertilization, he had the right and she had the proper judgment not to do this. But nonetheless, her children are here and she needs to make money. Now, ever since this happened, the media has been very mean-spirited to even celebrities. I remember somebody had said that she had chopped her face up to look more like Angelina Jolie. And Angelina Jolie said something really mean-spirited about her. And I'm sitting up here saying, you know what? Most people try to fit into a certain image, and maybe she might have some issues, but you have to understand, it's just how, women who go through pregnancies, and I guess it's due to hormone. And I know people gonna say, "Oh, you probably blame it on hormones," but I mean, it's studies and some proof out there that say hormone imbalance. Just like when you have women after they have children, they have postpartum depression and whatnot. But I watched how the media talked about this woman, and I noticed they brought up her ethnicity at first a lot in the media. And I guess they was trying to justify. They kept talking about she's of Arab descent or something like that. And they went to interview her father and all this other stuff, and it's just a whole bunch of drama. And I'm saying, what makes her so much worse or different than the white women that have children or multiple children or births? I mean, what's that family, the Dugarts, or some other families out here are celebrated for the multiple children that they have. And I know people are gonna say, well, the difference is married. No, 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 because married people struggle too. My thing is, if this is a white woman, they wouldn't be mocking her like this. They wouldn't criticize her like this. And it only reinforces what I've said before about the double standards that exist in this country. If a white person does something or says something, everybody got 20, 30, 40 different excuses, or people are quick to stand with them. A person of color does something, no matter how light or how dark they are, they're going to be criticized. And my thing is, what's so different than her doing porn now than any other celebrity? Or what's the difference between having her children between any other parent? Now, granted, I personally think it was irresponsible to have those kids like that, but ultimately the doctor should have had enough common sense. But we know people do anything for fame or money, or they just don't give a damn. But to sit here for the media just to criticize this woman over and over and mock her, remember, she has kids that are going to see her one day. They're going to ask questions. And they're going to, and they don't need all the dumping off from people. But what gets me is white women always talking about women and their choices. We supposed to support them. I'm a woman, hear me roar. But when it comes to women of color, they love to critique and criticize them. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. And we all know most black families have large families, especially those who are born, who parents or grandparents came from a large family. My father had, 12 brothers and sisters? That was the norm. But people were mocked back then. White family had 10, 15, 20 kids, and everybody think that's normal. Or hell, they can marry cousins and shit. Or have cut babies by cousins. And everybody found a way to excuse it and rationalize it. So when I see people talk about this woman, yeah, you can criticize her, but stop. You criticize her when she was pregnant, then when she had the kid, you criticized her. Leave it alone. This woman didn't want to do porn. She felt she had to. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a curiosity. Most people probably wait till it get on the net, because that stuff always get on the net, and they'll look at it then. I don't think anybody would really go pay money to look at this. And I mean, it may be some people, and some people might find her extremely attractive. That's their business. That's their right. Whatever. But my thing is, why is people just picking on this female and then calling her out her name instead of just calling her Nadya Suleman? That's her name. Her name's not Octomom. That's something the media came up. I mean, when they start doing that shit for white women, then you'll never hear me complain or say anything about it again. But then it seems, and then I tell you another thing, another dubs that I noticed. And one time they used to criticize the Mexican community for having a bunch of children. You notice they don't do that anymore? See, I guess Nadya is getting her nigger papers. They talk about black women having children out of wedlock and having multiple births or too many kids. Now they have to go back into a person of color, if they, a Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, not Cuban, I mean Arab. But a Mexican and a Cuban, that's cute. But see, if it's a white Mexican, I should say, white Cuban, because I tell you why. Because they know that's population increase for them. That's why the politicians are sweating the Mexican vote and the Cuban vote so hard. But, I mean, y'all might disagree with me on this one. I'm like, why does she get picked on when the others have done the very same thing she did and don't have the same judgments? But I go back until I remember what they said. And y'all might see video out here. It might be on YouTube, or go and Google it. They brought her ethnicity. Celebrities have mocked her and talked about her and really got really personal with her. And then they said, well, she got to do something to take care of kids. Now she's getting hit. So it's no matter what this woman does. Now her kids are here, and we need to respect that. Here it is. What's her name? John and Kate plus 8. They got 8 kids. What did Kate Gosselin does? What did they father? See what I'm talking about? It's a double standard. See, a white woman don't get criticized. Like, the matter of fact, the John plus 8 thing, didn't they turn the shit back on the dad? When in fact the mother, if everybody remember watching this show, Kate had the attitude and the diva-like personality. See, when you're a person of color, they're gonna view you different. I know y'all gonna say she's white. Nadia is not white, and this is the confusion comes in at. We don't understand that there are different shades of people who are considered to be part of the black community or our ethnic group. It's like the different varieties of white or white. And there's no such thing as actually white or black, but it's different varieties. Why embrace those people but not embrace her? They don't look at it. Just like it goes back to the whole Kim Kardashian thing. Her skin is the same tone as Nadia. And don't people call Kim Kardashian all kind? I didn't even get to that debate, but you guys know exactly what I mean. It's a double standard. What do you think? Vote up, vote down, leave your comments.